plastics. The average North American depends on plastics every day, whether it be at work, school, in the kitchen, or even in the bathroom. The incredible number of products that includes plastic is astounding. In fact, each American uses 200 pounds of plastic per year, including 4 million of these per hour and 100 billion of these per year. So why is the growing dependence on plastic such an important issue? Plastic is made from a petroleum-limited, non-renewable resource. In the manufacturing process, crude oil and natural gas must be refined into ethane, propane, and thousands of other petrochemical products. So not only are we running out of our plastic resource, but we're also polluting the atmosphere and contributing to global climate change in the process. Waste management is also a huge issue, with over 90% of the trash currently floating in the ocean made out of plastic. We at Climate Change Inquiry News wanted to see the impact that this information had on the general public. So we went to the streets and contacted 3 concerned citizens to find out how they felt about this issue. So we showed them this documentary on the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, which is a swirling vortex of plastic trash in the Pacific Ocean, twice the size of the continental US. So we explored how this documentary affected their life, and we challenged them to live 1 week without plastic. Here are their stories.
Testing. We're good? We're on? Okay.
So how did this documentary affect you?
Well, I guess it just made me really rethink everything. It made me realize the effect that plastic has on the environment. I mean, I contribute to that. I contribute to that every day. I went grocery shopping on Tuesday, and I tried to be good. I even brought my canvas bag so I wouldn't have to use the plastic ones. But when I got there, I looked around and I realized it is almost impossible for me to live my life without plastic. I reached for some fruit, and then I realized they all have to go in their individual plastic bags. Cheese, wrapped in plastic. Cereal, nope, the inside bag's plastic. I couldn't even look at those packaged fish or those pop ring can things because all I could think about was those poor dying animals in the ocean because of that horrible gigantic trash island in the middle of the Pacific. I can't touch anything. I guess what I realized the most is that you can try and do your part. You can bring all the canvas bags and reusable baskets you want, but there still isn't anything that plastic doesn't touch. This has been the hardest week of my life, and I'm so hungry.
So what's your biggest concern with plastics and the plastic industry?
There's nothing that plastics doesn't touch. I realized the impact that plastic had on my life and everything in it. I couldn't avoid it. It was in everything. I can't wear any of my clothes either. All of my clothes were made of polyester. I've been having problems going to restaurants. I mean, no shirt, no shoes, no service. Plastics are in every part of my life. It's unavoidable. My biggest issue that I had to overcome was dealing with transportation. I mean, planes, trains, buses, cars all rely on plastic. I can't drive my car. I can't take the bus. The seats are made of plastic. The steering wheel's made of plastic. I didn't know what to do. I have to walk everywhere now, and it gets pretty cold in the winter. I can't get anywhere. It limits my mobility. It's hard to go to the grocery store. It takes hours to get to school, and I can't go see my family who lives an hour's drive away. It's truly a consumer struggle.
I'm filming again.
Oh, yeah, fix your mic. You gotta clip it on.
As an environmental science student, how does the issue of plastics affect you and your dedication to fighting climate change?
Well, I am entirely dedicated to fighting climate change. I mean, all of my research is focused on it. I just love the earth. But you know, we are too dependent on plastics. I mean, everything is plastic. I can't do anything. I can't even see without my glasses. I mean, the computer is plastic, the calculator is plastic, the books are plastic. I mean, how am I supposed to help the environment if I can't do anything? It's like I'm stuck in a catch-22, you know? I want to use plastics to help the environment, but when I'm using them, I'm hurting the environment. You know, it's really hard. Research is really important, and universities help facilitate research. They let it thrive. But if we continue to use plastics, all we're doing is hurting the environment. I mean, we need to learn to use plastics more conscientiously so that we're not hurting the environment or destroying it at the same time that we're trying to save it. You know what I mean?
As you can see from the stories from these three individuals, plastics are unavoidable. And until we as consumers have alternatives to plastic, there's not much we can do in the fight against climate change. Essentially, a life without plastic is no life at all.